Right. I'm very fortunate to have. Sorry. I'm very fortunate to have Rene as our partner for possibility, and through Rene, obviously, Sanna. The fact that we could get involved, our school, John Ramsey High School in Bishop Davis, could get involved with Symphonia and people like Louise, Veronica, means a lot to us. Veronica has been very supportive thus far, and so my partner for possibility. The school that I'm at was a problem school one of the problem schools in the province. I got to the school in 2008. The school had many principals. It was one of the outstanding schools in the Western Cape many years ago. But for 10 years the school went down, and therefore I was called in to go and panel beat, to do damage control. And then afterwards I was out of education, and then I was appointed on a permanent basis again. The staff that I'm working with has been teaching at the school for an average of 24 years, meaning that they know everything and nobody tells them what to do. They have been dictating to principals what should be done and how it should be done. Fortunately, I come from a background of community involvement, and that learned a person lots of skills, working in many communities also. But when we started, the partnership started, we concentrated on the Madiba Day. And the first thing we did was to get a committee going, consisting of governing body members and 2 teachers. One my deputy principal and a post-level 1 teacher. Then I asked Rene, we were sitting in a meeting, and I asked Rene to please come to the school to present herself, and then also to tell the staff about the Madiba Day that we envisage. Now, one of the questions that came up when Rene was talking to the staff is parent involvement. We have to identify parent involvement for what? You know. Yes. and she had to deal with it. Yeah. We decided, knowing the staff, and how difficult it is to get change going. They don't accept change easily because they've tried a lot of things with other principals and people coming in with workshops, and we've been sitting on blankets and it did not help, and the rest. And we were thinking about this Madiba Day. As we have 10 schools in the surroundings of Bishop Davis, I made a suggestion that let's tackle the community leadership first and then zoom into the schools. We can build John Ramsey into one of the beautiful schools in the town, but what about the other schools? And we are working closely together in Bishop Davis. We then decided that, listen here, let's get all the community leaders, that's our political leaders, church leaders, school governing bodies, principals, and the rest. Let's take them out of their comfort zones, because there's lots of political strife in the town. Let's take the people out of their comfort zones and let's take them to UWC, School of Governance. And there we had the tables, the chairs, sitting in groups of 6, I think. And what was suggested also is that the theory that we got from Symphonia, it is important that the leadership in our towns, not only in Bishop Davis, that they need theory. Because we have become leaders because of the work that we do, not only principals, I'm referring to the broader base of leadership. And people belong to organizations, political or sports or whatever, and they are leaders and they do things many a times the wrong way, have infighting in the towns, and we thought that they need the theory. So at the meetings that we had, the workshops that we had, we introduced the art of possibility at the first meeting. At the second meeting, we would talk about creating thinking environments, the stuff that we learned through Symphonia. At the third one, I addressed them on the need of collective leadership. You know, so every time that we go into a workshop, we would deal with the theory first, and then this lady will facilitate. And we have another lecturer of UWC, a beautiful person, Charles Davids. He would co-facilitate with Rene. We also had the opportunity to have Ridwan as our first guest speaker, and the people were very, very impressed with the presentation, and we handed out the stuff that he has prepared. Rene, being the champion with IT, will do the presentation. Yeah, she has been working very, very hard at it. We sat first and we decided, listen here, we have done this, we have done that, we have done that and the other, and then she has prepared the presentation. So I would love her to start, with the presentation. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks. I think I'm not going to bore you with all the detail. You've read quite some of the stuff already, but what we wanted to do is just to show a roadmap and a flight plan to exactly understand how did this relationship and this journey went, and how was it established. Well, right in the beginning of the quarter one, like you said, we've got just, of course we didn't want to complete 12 meetings. Forms, we actually decided to take it in 3 month chunks and just summarize what we've learned and what we've done, what were the challenges. So in the first quarter, it was obviously just first to learn to know each other and to understand what are each other's challenges before you could really start with the relationship, and then also myself sitting with Quentin to understand what are the challenges of the school. So what I've done is, fortunately, Sanam's got a huge library of DVDs and training material on leadership. So I've borrowed some for Quentin, and from Art of Possibilities, Ben's on this stuff. He did a great job of taking that learnings and introduced it back into the community through these Mandiba days. So I can't read there. Okay, first time that I met you guys, it was Dance Music. So that was quite where our partnership with all of you guys have started. So the next journey, this is just our challenges. I'm not going to read through everything. We can send it through to you guys. It's just that we were uncertain also on what were the expectations from Symphonia's point of view, what is it really expected from us. But we quickly actually got to grips to what we really want to try to do. The learning that we had is because this was school, people didn't buy their school funds, so their school telephones, communication was down. They didn't have internet, you can't mail them. And me being an IT person, totally reliable on dependable on electronics, that didn't work for me at all, because I couldn't phone him, I couldn't mail him. And if you do get him to mail him, then the people print out his email and take it to him to read. So there's no way that you can have a private type of conversation to say, listen, we need to do this and this in the school, otherwise all through the school. So that was a big challenge. So that learned me to be patient, and I think him too. And we learned how to contract up front and then trust that whatever we've planned will happen. So that was, and then also the third party with Veronica coming in, we weren't quite sure how she's going to fit in, and then soon we discovered how that is in, what do you call it, subject matter expert type of scenario plans out. In quarter two, we planned our first Madiba day, and we said, okay, right, we're going to do it at John Ramsey. So we met with the John Ramsey staff, and that's when they asked me, why parent involvement? I had to think on my feet. Because last time that I was in school was a long time ago. Every time that the bell rang, I would check out where's the fire exit. So that was my connection with the school at that time. What we've organized there was, unfortunately during this term, I had that unfortunate event with running after taking pictures of birds and hurt myself. So again, we had to get stuck on relying on other people doing the communication and making sure that we're in touch, because Quentin, I couldn't drive. So what we've organized there is, at that one stage, we realized that the school was in danger about the backups of all the matric stuff and all the rest of the stuff that the backups didn't work. So I, from my sick bed, organized the analysis from IT point of view to go and see what does the network look like, their backups, whatever. So we addressed the first risk of just getting an external hard drive out there to make sure that the kids don't lose their work. So that learned me that you must trust other people to do the work for you. You can't always just do it for yourself. The session of the staff, it was quite, how do I present it to them? Myself as an outsider, not being there to fix them and not like I'm just repeating. I had to gain their trust that we're not just going to be there and leave them. And I think through the work of the Madiba Day so far, when I get to the school already, the people come and give me a hug. So that gives me a good idea of things that's improved. Okay, so that was the communication. On the third quarter, then was when the real work started with our first Madiba Day. What we've done is we went to Sanlam. We had the first session there, and then we realized that we must do it for a broader community. We can't just zoom into John Ramsey because they will be victimized, and it will be a question of we need to get the buy-in from everybody. So we had the first Madiba Day at UWC. Great success. I think there was also, we've done the time to think, every voice was heard. I've tried to be in the facilitator, not to be in the way, just to let the people speak, and of course it's their environment. And you've also asked the questions, what is it this Bishop Lavis will look like for you in the future? What are the handprints currently, and what are the things that we need to do to make it happen in a better way? So in here, we've also, in that quarter, I've just mentioned a couple of stuff that happened. Our first newspaper letter went out from John Ramsey itself. We had our first article in, was it Tiger Burger, no? Yeah, about Champions for Change. So all of a sudden, Bishop Lavis became aware of this partnership and this action that's going to carry on. Then another thing that I realized when I walked into the school, you know, from my background, my culture where I come from, when you walk into a school, when you think back about your school, there's a lot of things. When you envisage the halls or when you envisage the entrance hall, there's always photographs of the history of what happened in the school. And that made me think, is when I walked into John Ramsey, they've got some stuff on there but not really showing the history of the school. So we've decided to do a photo shoot to make sure that the teachers can be remembered and the headmasters can be remembered, so the kids also can start to learn our pride in their school. It's a simple thing that we still need to do is we want to make a roll of honor and just put the people's names on there. The matrics who did best, things like that, just to instill the pride again. You know, because if you around these blank type of walls, then kids can either be in school or they can be in jail. It won't make a difference for you. So that to me was very, very important to get that message or to break that type of stuff. Unfortunately, we haven't got to the school as yet because of course we now need to address the Bishop Lavis first. But now the next year, this year is our journey into the school itself. So that was what happened there. That was just the Madiba Day's pictures where Veronica helped a lot in giving us direction. This is my boss. You see? Okay, that was the planning for the first Madiba Day. We had the school kids there preparing the hall for us. We put up posters all over the show so that we can, yes we can, that type of stuff on track. Okay, and then that was the actual day where the people sat into their groups. And then what gave us... Yeah. He's trying to hide behind it. But he gave us a brilliant speech. And I think it's actually the people were almost in tears when he was finished. So we were very grateful on the stuff that you've done. Thank you so much. Okay, and then obviously at the end of the session, we made sure that everybody gave a commitment on paper, in their own handwriting, signing it off to make sure this is the difference that they want to make in Bishop Lavis. That made a difference. That is the commitment that you buy in from them. And then I was very proud of the fact that they gave me a certificate afterwards. So I just had to show it. Okay, and then those were just the challenges. Me as a facilitator coming into an environment that I don't understand, don't know, and also will the people accept me to give them some leadership, and it worked wonderful. With the support that I've had from Quentin and from Veronica and from everyone in the beginning, it was easy to really understand and to listen to what these guys, what is the real need in mission players. Quite a shocker for a girl like me who came not from a privileged background and that wasn't really exposed to these type of environments. Yeah, the other type of challenges was to motivate the Sanlam because the budget was closed before before we started with this partnership, to say, I could understand why is this school so important that we must do a photo shoot. Why do we want to make a change? We've donated some furniture as well for the offices that they want to create for the senior teachers. Also again, to instill pride into them, to see that we acknowledge you as senior teachers and want to create an environment for you where you can feel safe and do your own work. So that is the type of stuff that we've been doing there. I think we can go past the learnings. That's just the photo shoot. You can see, I don't know if you can see, this guy was posing for us like this. He wasn't supposed to be in the photo shoot, but he was. And the little lady here as well. Okay, next one. That was just when you can actually, later on I can show you the clip where you click on here, you can see how crazy the teachers are going. So eventually I was wondering, will they ever get this picture taken? I never knew you bunch of ponies can be so. Okay, so those were the type of pictures that we've got. So we've got individual pictures of even the cleaners, even the guys who made the food. So that's very, very important that everybody gets recognized of being part and parcel of the school. Okay. One of the major things that's also happening in quarter four, so in last year, at the end of the year we had 2 Madiba days, well, 2 more Madiba days. Because remember now, in these Madiba days you need to try and get the guys' trust. I'm just going to show you quickly what we've achieved in these Madiba days, but it took a lot of work to get the people where we are currently. We did a lot of preparation. We established the BLDF, that's Bishop Labour's Development Forum, where you've got champions now that can run with each and every, each environment. Yeah, so that was quite nice. Again, you know, like you in Sanlam busy working, and then when I get to the schools, we'll speak with Quentin, he's arranged all of this again. Wonderful, huh?
We currently have 13 sectors in this structure. Do we have the structure on there as well?
Yeah.
It's education and training, it's health, it's justice, it's media, it's formal,
formal and informal.
Formal and informal business, transport separate.
Okay.
And the rest.
One thing that I'm very, very proud of is Quentin challenged the name, because we call John Ramsey Secondary School. Why not high school? Because it always used to be high school. And they gave, you can click here, they gave us the approval to change it. So here we've got the letter. So now we're going to start to change the name boards. Quite nice. Okay, then another thing is with Green Pop, Veronica gave us the name of Green Pop, and the minute the lady phoned me, and she mailed me a motivation, and I didn't speak with him because I couldn't get hold of him, I filled in the form. So yes, we want trees. Because when I was there the first time, I realized, hey, there's no garden happening in this place. So this lady phoned me back, all excited, 90 trees is yours. Yes, I was over the moon, so I phoned Quentin, he nearly fainted. I said, 90 trees on this. It was hilarious. So eventually we decided, okay, let's share. So we gave the half to Bishop Labour's and the other ones we planted. That was quite fun. Okay, so this is just some pictures of Bishop Labour's, which we've done then moved from UWC to be the Bishop Labour's High School. Okay, next one. These are the champions. So in each of those sectors were the champions. Okay. That's just an example of what the structures look like. Again, the challenge that we now face is to have that continuous the interest of the community in what we are busy doing. So Quentin is doing a lot of work in getting the letters out, motivating what needs to be done next, like he's explained in his opening. So I think that we can do, and then obviously just balancing the year-end pressures in the end. You all know when you're so busy, and the learnings that I personally got from it is when people come to you, don't get aggro with them if they tell you, like, I'll do that as well. Because maybe they're also having 50 balls up in the air, like I had at one stage. Okay. I think just a short thing, we just can quickly show you what we've achieved with our Madiba Day so far. So we've got a declaration of intent that everybody bought into. We've got a vision and a mission statement. We've got core values according to what they want to work, and then we've got that structure. So getting there was quite a mission. Every voice had to be heard. You had to have those sessions. You had to get the drafts out, get the buy-in, and then word it again and get the buy-in the next time as well. So we've got that now. Main things that we've reminded them is we are not doing it for ourselves, we are doing this for our children. And every time I've reminded them, whenever people are negative about our country, about our children, about the future, you just tell them, talk to the ant. Talk to the ant. You turn away and you just concentrate on the positive things. And that's one of the things that I always also do, is when people are negative in the work environment, you just either send them home, tell them, listen, come back when you're better, when we can have a conversation. So that is quite good. Yeah, and then we just concentrated on the core values to say respect, accountability, those type of things needs to be taken into account. These were just the nice stuff. Declaration of thing. You can just flip quickly through it. We're not going to read it. That's the vision that we have for them. So we just ask them, what do you want to see in 10 years' time? So they want to be a community that's sustainable, that within a safe environment. And that's the mission statement. And there's all the core values that they've agreed to. And then we've got the plan, like we showed you. Yeah, okay, then the partnership for 2012, what are we continuing with? Obviously, this mind's not going to let us go right now, but I don't want to be let go to school. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this 10th of March, we're having the final Bishop Labour's one in the broader community, getting those champions to then drive out their missions and vision and whatever for each of their little areas that they want to do. And then we're going to start planning the Bishop Labour's community Madiba Day, which can be fun. And then we can eventually get to our school to say, right. So then we want to do the Madiba Day conversations with the people, with the pupils, what do you call them these days, learners, with the parents, and then with the teachers as well. And we want to change the name board, and we want to create sports facilities. Because a healthy body, healthy soul. So we want to say, if we can get that premises fenced up, and we can get some rugby and soccer and those type of facilities in there, at least the kids will have something else to do in the afternoon than having to go out there and being exposed to drugs. So I think that is a big mission in our life. Then, fortunately, I've been selected as our SPF IT CSI chairperson. That's corporate social investment. So we're going to try to see now, how can we help, how can we assist in those environments, at least we'll have some backing behind that. We've got a home of safekeeping because of this man's Madiba days and the creation of the structure. The government gave us a house, which we can go to the next page. They took it away from poachers or something like that. Drugs or whatever.
Drug lords.
But it looks nice from the outside. There's nothing. We're going to show you now. There's nothing. They stole everything. So what we'll need to do is we're going to create a playground there for the kids. This is the backyard. We would like to put some offices up for the BDLF council or body committee. This is the top level. We want to put like a bunker bed where you could house maybe 6 sons, 6 boys and 6 girls below, and with a lady who will take care of them. So we are in the process of getting approval to actually train the people who need to look after these kids. So that in our mind is a great challenge for this year. Okay, and then it was just the newspaper clips that you can flip through. But yeah. So you can understand it's actually very cute to see That's our tree planting day. And that's the Ramsey Times. Yeah, and then again, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody being part of this.